Good YouTube, DM Gaming, man. So y'all know it's early, my neck of the woods. Got to do this paper route, man. So I got to get these papers rolled, which is part of the business. But I figured, man, why not do a video? Why not chat with y'all a little bit? So I'm gonna sit y'all the state of the channel, man. Just so y'all know. Sorry if that's loud. I've gotten a second job because, we in America in 2017 and you can't make it off one income unless you just big balling, smashing, breaking my ends. But yeah, so I did get a second job, so y'all, that's why I hadn't been posting in a while. But that will change because I'm settled in at the job now and stuff like that, so we'll get back on that. But I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a while, and that's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which I'm still waiting to find out when the release date for the DLC pack is going to be. It is November 22nd. Y'all, today is also my wife's birthday, y'all. So in the comment section, y'all just give her a shout out. Tell her happy birthday, DM Gaming's wife. Or just call her Shelly. But it's spelled C-H-E-L-Y. It's short for her Spanish name. Argelia or Araceli. But I digress. So they did say in the live stream that there will be a new transformation coming to Goku in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Not in DLC Pack 5, though. It'll probably be in DLC Pack 6. And while everybody's saying Ultra Instinct, Ultra Instinct, Ultra Instinct, it may be Ultra Instinct or it may be something else. I don't know. But they have a chance to either ruin the game or make the game better with adding. If it is, I'm gonna talk as if it's Goku Ultra Instinct that they're adding to the game. What I believe is the best way to go about adding this is with not so much a transformation, but more or less, you know how they did Trunks with his Sword of Hope? They made it into an ultimate attack. I think that they'll probably end up doing that, going that route with Goku with Ultra Instinct. Because if you put a separate character that is Goku with Ultra Instinct, you ain't gonna be able to be touched. Like, you can literally dodge everything. He doesn't get hit. You see what I'm saying? So I think common sense tells us that they're going to make a Goku who is Super Saiyan Blue already, because the majority of the time that he goes into it, the 2 times he's gone into Ultra Instinct, he was at Super Saiyan Blue. Okay, so Goku, he'll be a Super Saiyan Blue. And your ultimate attack would have to transform you into Ultra Instinct. At that point in time, yeah, they can't touch you. But also at that point in time, your stamina is draining fast. So you have time to probably do a combo and an ultimate attack. I think that's how they'll do Ultra Instinct, which it'll be pretty cool. Because like I said, I don't see them doing it as a transformation. Because if they go the route of it doing it as a transformation in the game, Ultra Instinct is going to be like not broken in a good way. It's going to be broken in a bad way, in the sense that it can't be realistic to the anime. Because in Ultra Instinct, like I said, yeah, it drains his stamina, but Goku's untouchable in that form. So you'll have people playing with Ultra Instinct Goku, and if you see the after images attacks and stuff like that, yeah, you literally wouldn't be able to touch him. And if you are able to touch him, then that depletes the purpose of Ultra Instinct Goku. You get what I'm saying? So I really feel like they'll go that route. They'll go the route of making it like they did with Trunks with his Sword of Hope, doing it as an ultimate attack. Also, an interesting thing is whenever Goku transformed into Ultra Instinct, he was always at low health. Like when he fought Jiren, you know, he was at low health. Also, when he fought against Kefla, she kicked homeboy in the neck. I don't know if his health was low, his stamina was definitely, but if they go that route, you know how Frieza, Golden Frieza has that move that he has to have like low health in order to activate it. You know, they could go that route, but what you're gonna have people doing is just getting a butt handed to them till they get in low health and then go on Ultra Instinct, which a lot of people won't be able to get that experience. So I don't see people doing that. But like I said, I really look at them doing it as a, I really see them doing it as a, more or less as a ultimate attack rather than a actual transformation. But that's yet to be seen. So there we go. But, and as far as the anime goes, like, man, I don't know, man. Y'all, I guess I get in my feelings a little bit, but you know, I hate getting online, seeing guys like Geekdom, which I'm gonna tell y'all, I've unsubscribed from Geekdom's channel. I've unsubscribed from his channel. I stopped following him on Twitter because I'm tired of the freaking negativity, bro. Like, he don't care, I don't care. You know, me and him got into it on Twitter that one day. Him and Romstyle did a little bit, and I made that video. You know, everybody saw the video. And, you know, basically saying what was misunderstood and my apologies. Romstyle messaged back, and really I didn't say anything bad towards either one of them. But Geekdom seemed butthurt about stuff, and because my whole thing was they don't reply to positive comments. It seemed like they only reply to negative comments. Like here lately on Twitter, it seems like all Geekdom's posts have been about, or the majority of his posts have been about trashing other people and taking pride in what they call destroying YouTubers who challenge him or who talk bad about him and stuff like that, you know. And I can't follow that, bro. Like, man, you got he just broke over 400,000 subscribers, man. Like, why are you so concerned with you know, other people, man? And do you not realize that when you post something that a troll is doing, you just giving them exactly what they want? Like, bro, you can't be that ignorant. If somebody trolling you and you got 400,000 subs and you post about it, you just giving that troll all the shine that he needs, man. That's what they want. And so, you know, I'm sitting here sharing videos with, and I even stopped and wonder, you know, they always saying thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching videos, thanks for tuning in, this and that. But, you know, they want us to watch their videos, but do they watch ours? Like, people who are subscribed to my channel, I watch y'all's videos. Prospect Watcher, Alexander, Cam. Y'all, I watch people's videos who I'm subscribed to. Like, I think that's only fair to pay that back to those people that are taking time out to hit that subscribe button to your channel. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, and I may resubscribe later. I don't know. Really, when it comes to his channel, I mean, I would say there's really not a need for me to be subscribed because everything he talks about with Dragon Ball, I already know. Been watching Dragon Ball Z since I was 10 years old, y'all. I just turned 30 last week. That's over 20 years. Dragon Ball started in 1987, the year that I was born. Dragon Ball has literally been a part of my life for all of my life. And I know that's why y'all see me talk about it a lot on my channel, because y'all, that has been the one cartoon anime that I've like always watched ever since I was little, was Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, you know, Dragon Ball GT, and now Dragon Ball Super. So that's, you know, that's that, man. Let me see here, because we got a comment, man. Each pack, yeah, Gavin, each pack does have more story. This Gavin, this new pack is going to have, they call it Hero Coliseum. And I've heard of Dragon Ball Heroes, but I never played it because it's a Japanese game. But it's similar to, it's like a mixture between Dragon Ball Heroes and Dokkan Battle. Yeah, Trevor, I got the late night stream going, brother. And Dark saying, what's going on, man? Let me put y'all back down here so your boy can finish rolling these papers, man, so I can get on my route. But yeah, so that's why I talk a lot about Dragon Ball. I like to share my passions with y'all. You know, I'm real transparent, man. Ain't no point. I don't want to hide who I am and stuff like that on the channel. You know, some people been asking about Madden videos. At this point with Madden, y'all, like real talk, it ain't, to me, it's nothing really good going on with Madden right now. I can get on here and I can bash, you know, oh, franchise mode this, franchise mode that. They're not going to do anything different to franchise mode this year. You know, only thing I can do is continue the immersive, innovative series, which I will do. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. Madden is just, 18 is lost in the wind, in my opinion. And there's a lot of other good games out. Madden is still good. It's still fun to play. You know, it just, I don't know. It doesn't merit my time as much to make videos about it. I don't want to get on there and rant about it. You know, if I want to do a video on Madden, I want to build. And it takes time to observe stuff and see, okay, where do we need to build at, you know? So that's why I don't really discuss Madden all that much on the channel no more. I will. I'm getting back to it, y'all. I've been analyzing stuff and looking at different directions to go with certain stuff in reference to Madden and stuff. But, you know, and then too, just being real, I have to expand the channel beyond Madden. I have to. And I want to, because I'm more than just about Madden. That's the foundation. That's what got us going. That's what got us where we are today is Madden. But I've had a lot of subscribers fall off and a lot of them come back. Like we actually started growing again, y'all. So I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, so that's why I talk about Dragon Ball Z a lot, because I love it. If you haven't seen it, man, check it out. Check it out. And you can't just watch one episode, because one episode is not going to get it done. Unless you watch like one of the most recent episodes, which that most recent episode was legit, bro. But yeah, so, you know, that's why y'all unsub from Geekdom. Because all he does is tell spoilers. And I can get that from Herms. I found that out. I was like, man, bro, why I'm sitting there watching this dude channel when I can get all of this information from Herms one-on-one? You know? I like Rhymestyle. I'm going to tell you something. I respect Rhymestyle a lot, because he actually when you tweet him, he actually tweets back. And he got more subscribers than Geekdom do. And when you tweet him, he a lot of time he replies. He has made that a point, you know. Because before, you know, I found out he said he wasn't getting my tweets. We fixed that, and now I tweet, and for the most part, he replies to most of them, you know? And that's pretty cool. You know, I can appreciate that, you know, as opposed to Geekdom, you know, just keep posting negative stuff. And what's crazy is if you know him, you know he used to be bullied growing up. And I'm not talking about the dude. He put it out on YouTube. It's there. But it's crazy how you used to be bullied, and it seems more or less the bullyee has become the bully himself. Because when you trash people like that and talk about destroying people and all that and taking pride in that crap, I understand he came at me first type of this, but no, it's the internet, bro. You can ignore people, man. You know, so. But that's that, man. I just look at stuff like that, and that's what helps me to become a better YouTuber and a better community guy, to respond to comments and things like that. Now I know, y'all, let's be real. Can we have a keep it a real moment with DM Gaming? Bro, when we get up to like in the hundreds of thousands, if we ever get to that point one day, which I hope we do, it's not gonna be realistic for me to reply to every single comment. And so I understand why they reply more to people that they are in the community that, okay, let me say this. I understand and I don't understand. Because when Geekdom got started, Rhymestar wasn't in the community. Or if he wasn't as big as he is now. Jadantastic, the people that they talk with now, it seems that they're big and they only talk to or do videos with other big time DBZ YouTubers. That's what I don't like. You know, and then Geekdom has a list where he's done stuff with smaller YouTubers, but if you look at the list, you got guys like Syriax on there, and they not small-time YouTubers, you know. But, I mean, he does sometimes do videos with smaller YouTuber channels, you know, maybe 12,000 subs or something like that. But for the most part, it's always the big-time YouTubers. And for those of y'all who are trying to get into YouTube, man, you got to stick together, bro. Like, YouTube, it ain't so much competition, man. It should be more... You know, if you big time, it ain't gonna kill you to do something to help somebody get some notoriety or something like that. I don't know. That's just me ranting. Because if I could do it being a small channel, they can do it being a big one. But at the same time, I understand too, you know, they got hundreds of thousands of guys wanting to do videos with them or wanting to, you know, stuff like that. So I see both sides of it. And I understand that. That's, you know, but like I said, I still unsub from his channel. Stop following him on Twitter, and it ain't because of his content. The content is good. It's because I get tired of getting on Twitter and seeing him trash people, man. Like, you should be bigger than that, man. How you have these sponsorships and you trashing people like that? I don't understand, but I digress. So the free update is coming out from Xenoverse 2. I don't know when. I tweeted Rom and Bandai Namco US today before I started the stream to try to find out, because it's the 22nd, bro. And it's supposed to, from my understanding, it was supposed to drop in November. And I'm thinking it's going to probably be next Tuesday. Normally they, you know, when they drop the DLC packs and stuff, it's on a Tuesday whenever the PlayStation Store resets and all that kind of stuff. I was hoping it would be like this week, man, because I'm so excited to try out this new game mode to see what it's about. And y'all, I have been playing Dokkan Battle nonstop. And I like Dokkan Battle so much, but I hate it at the same time because it's literally a pay to win kind of thing. Like, you could play the game without paying for Dragon Stones and stuff like that, but it is extremely hard. It's hard to get good characters in a sense, but it's fun and it's addicting. But you know what I'm saying? Not to stray too far off topic. We talking about Ultra Instinct Goku, y'all, which at one point, y'all, I didn't think was going to be Ultra Instinct. I was right about a lot of stuff, and I think that's what bothers me too, is that, dang, I was right about this or right about that. Nobody said anything about it, but if you build it, they will come. Now, do I believe that Goku's going to fight Jiren again? Probably. But one thing that I talked about in the Eyes of a God video is the eyes. I think Jiren has somewhat mastered Ultra Instinct. And there's several things we need to know, because people are always talking about, why don't Jiren just knock everybody off of the stage? Well, because Jiren doesn't want to kill. And you might say, well, DM, how is he killing somebody? They can't kill in the Tournament of Power. But here's the thing. If you knock out all the other universes to where yours is the only one left, you've essentially killed all the other 10 universes, because they're wiped from existence. That's why Jiren ain't knocking people out of the ring. That's why he didn't knock Caulifla and Kale. He didn't knock Kale out. That's why he didn't knock Goku out. He knocked Hit out, though. He did knock Hit out, though. So, I don't know, you know. And then too, y'all, Jiren knows Ultra Instinct. We can tell when he taps into it. That's why they've been showing you his eyes. That's why everybody's like, what's up with his eyes, his eyes, his eyes? Jiren activates Ultra Instinct whenever he does that thing with his eyes. Same thing as Goku. Before Goku unleashes a big attack, his eyes flash. Same thing. We saw that in the fight with Caulifla and Kale. We saw that in the fight with Kefla. We saw that in the fight with Jiren himself. Those eyes, man. And I was also right about the heat. The heat is his aura escaping, his energy, his ki, his heightened ki escaping. Essentially, what Goku's going to have to do to master Ultra Instinct is pretty much like he did with God Ki. Learn how to keep that heightened energy inside of him. And when he does that, that's when you're going to see that it's going to be like a transformation with Ultra Instinct is what it's going to be like. You're going to see his hair spiky like a Super Saiyan. He's going to look more or less like a mystic form of Goku, you know. And also, you know, that's why Jiren was able to say this heat, you know, is the limit to your power, because Jiren knows. Jiren knows because he knows Ultra Instinct. Now, what's interesting to me is if the angels know it, why aren't they able to explain that heat? Maybe it's something that only happens to mortals or something to that effect. I have no clue. But man, nonetheless, that Ultra Instinct Kamehameha to Kefla was, man, that was probably the best Kamehameha wave, best ki blast attack ever in the Dragon Ball stardom history, man. And that's crazy because, you know, Vegeta had that final flash to Cell's face, and it was just a lot going on, man. It was real cool to see that stuff, though, man. I was really, really excited to see that. But yeah, man, I talked about all of this stuff in videos, man, and it's like, it's out there. It's like, bro, come on, man. Somebody got to get your boy some recognition. Somewhere we got to gain some traction in this stuff, man. But it is what it is. It'll get there. But I'm excited for the Xenoverse 2 update. Not so much for the new characters, man. I don't really care. Because I don't really like how Xenoverse is set up. I'm not real big on the 6v6 stuff, man. It's all right, man. I hope Xenoverse 3, which there will be a Xenoverse 3. They've already pretty much said it. The success that Xenoverse 2 has had. I hope they break away from that 6v6 stuff. I know it's Xenoverse, so it kind of begs to differ to say to break away from the whole interrupting the timeline kind of thing. What I hope that they can do is get to a point where they're able to, where like it's literally open world, and where you really get to like kind of, okay, let me put you in the mindset of like Infamous. For those of y'all who have PlayStations, y'all know the Infamous series. Infamous, you can either do bad stuff and become a bad person in the game, or you can do good stuff and be a good person in the game. I think it would be really cool if they essentially gave us the keys to the city in a sense. Because in the story mode, you don't never get a choice. Like towards the end of the story in Xenoverse 2, you actually got to make a decision to do something. And that was the only decision you've got to make, but it was pretty cool to be able to make it. I want them to expound on that. Give us more decision makings that will make us either good characters or bad characters as far as changing history and stuff like that, you know. Also, being a Dragon Ball fan, bro, giant ki blasts, destructive environments, blowing up planets, or, you know, these colossal blasts, that's part of Dragon Ball. And you do not get that in Xenoverse at all. Not one or two. And I don't like that, you know. I like that they added, you know, when you charging your ki, you kind of got the ki. You kind of got the rocks coming up and stuff like that. Build on that, you know, because they said there were some destructible environments. And there are a little bit, but the game resets it, so it goes away. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you do an ultimate attack, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't feel like an ultimate attack. It doesn't at all. Aside from the small cutscene that shows your character charging the blast, after that, it's just normal, man. It's just normal. It doesn't hit like an ultimate. It doesn't feel like an ultimate. Like, it's not satisfying as an ultimate attack. Like, you trying to pull that off. It's like, I don't know. Whereas you go into older Dragon Ball games, and you get to see how some of the ki blasts and stuff like that, you know, it'll cutscene to the earth. Even in Dokkan Battle, bro, they even do that in Dokkan Battle. When you do some characters do ultimate attacks, it might show your blast you know, careening off the planet or something to that effect. Why we can't have that in Xenoverse? And I know they explained it. They said because with it being 6 players on the field at the same time, up to 6, that the game itself can't do that. And I'm like, okay, so take it back to 1-on-1, because technically it ain't a lot of 6v6 type stuff. But the reason I kind of feel like they're going to keep it that way is because with the Tournament of Power, there's literally 87 characters fighting each other on the stage, y'all. And I should have been done rolling these papers, man, because I started about 3:15, bro. I should have been done. I'm slacking, man. I'm slacking. But I digress. But yeah, it's 6. It's so many players on the field. And I don't like that, you know, because that's really not true to Dragon Ball. Even in the Tournament of Power, although there's multiple people on the fighting stage, it's pretty much a one-on-one type of thing. And that's how martial arts is. Martial arts is very respectful, you know, because people say, why don't everybody just gang up on jeering together? Well, because that's not the code, in a sense, of martial arts. You know, Dragon Ball does a decent job of respecting the martial arts code. You know, of one-on-one fights, you got some guys that'll double team and stuff like that. But, you know, it ain't like the way Xenoverse do it. And I don't like that. Because I'm thinking, man, it's 2017, bro. It's going to be 2018. With the technology that we have, they should be able to find a way to do this stuff to make it more extravagant. Make it worth pulling off an ultimate attack or something, you know. You look at Dragon Ball Fighters is able to do it. And it looks fantastic, man. It doesn't look like something that's, in my eyes, gonna get old. Like, as much as I've watched, sorry y'all, as much as I've watched Dragon Ball Super and stuff like that, it has never gotten old watching a Ki Blast, you know, like consume a player or destroy a planet, or, you know, the little cutscene to the earth with it. That never gets old, bro. It never gets old. So, man, I'm not just saying, Xenoverse, come on, man. Dimps. Crowdware, man, come on, put that in the game. Bandai, tell these guys, man, we need this to be more epic. We need this to be more like the anime. Because they do. They really do, man. But like I said, they stand at a crossroad with the whole, you know, if they're trying to add Ultra Instinct Goku into the game, like I said, y'all, I don't expect for it to be a single character. I expect for it to be a transformation, but I think it's going to be more of a ultimate attack type transformation, because like I said, if it's just a regular transformation, it's not going to work, because in Ultra Instinct, Goku literally is untouchable. And if it is a transformation, it's not going to last long. Picture how Super Saiyan was in Xenoverse 1. When you transform into Super Saiyan, your ki started to drain. Unlike Xenoverse 2, where your ki stays the same and you stay transformed the whole time, which I like, because, you know, when they're in Super Saiyan 1 and 2, their ki doesn't, like, it doesn't really drain their stamina at this point. However, Super Saiyan 3 does, which I would prefer Bandai to actually make, you know, or them to make Super Saiyan 3 a more stamina-driven transformation, in a sense, where it is more powerful, but it does drain your stamina, because Goku doesn't go Super Saiyan 3 a lot. But with Ultra Instinct, if they do it as a transformation, expect it to drain your stamina tremendously. And so you'll have characters that have a high stamina build, you know, if they ever make it into a created character thing. But this particular Goku probably is going to have a ton of stamina, because if you make it short, then you're not going to have time to do anything in Ultra Instinct. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do that, y'all. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. Or will they, like I said, will they go the route of like they did with Trunks with his Sword of Hope, and make it to where you just do an ultimate attack for, you know, and you can do different combos and stuff like that, you know, Will they do it that way? I see them doing it more that way. Just because of how Ultra Instinct operates. And then too, like I said, are they going to do it to where is your health low? Because that's when Goku transformed in Ultra Instinct or tapped into it when his health was low. So yeah, man. But like I said, for those of y'all who haven't checked out Dragon Ball Super, those of y'all who haven't been, check it out, man. I know Chris been telling me, he's been asking about it. He's not really into it, but he was like, it's because he really doesn't understand it. It's a good anime, bro. If you like fighting, if you like action with some, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, good story. People say, oh, well, the story's this or the story's that. Here's my thing about stories. Here's my thing about anything. There's errors in everything, bro. So if you look close enough, you're going to find problems. You're going to find errors and stuff like that. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just enjoy what's there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to critique everything. And I know some YouTubers make a living off of critiquing stuff. And that's all well and fine. But like I said, if you look close enough, you'll see flaws in everything. Some stuff is just meant to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And that's what I do with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Are there some plot holes? Definitely. Are there some things you're like, why are they doing this? Definitely. But if you do that, you take the fun out of watching it, man. Just got to sit back and enjoy it, So that's that. But in other game news, haven't heard any new details on Ghost of Tsushima. But I am looking into that as well because y'all, that game from Sucker Punch looks to be awesome. Need for Speed is coming out with a patch update. A lot of people have been complaining about that. They are coming out with a patch update. EA's trying to turn the table. Like even in Battlefield, they took away loot boxes. They're starting to listen to people because people are starting to get to them, and hey. I think, at the end of the day, while they would like to add microtransactions and stuff in the games, I don't know, man, microtransactions might be starting to fade away now. Because, at first people was like, oh, well, these developers need it to, save face. But nah, man, people are unhappy with microtransactions. People are starting to give games bad reviews simply because of microtransactions. Even if they're not in the game as a pay-to-win type of thing, people are still like, nah, bruh, you missed me with that. So these developers are starting to change the script, man. They're starting to take stuff out, man. And I like it. I applaud it. I'm glad, Need for Speed was a game that got a bad review out the gate by a lot of people. And y'all seen my video where I'm sitting here just telling you straight up. These people, they don't know what they're talking about. And now EA is starting. Because here's the thing, y'all. Here's what you have to understand about a game. They gonna patch stuff. And now it seems like patches have changed. And I need to do a separate video about game patches. And I probably will today. That'd be a good idea. But it seems as if game patches went from fixing minor bugs and glitches to changing the entire scope of a game. Like they literally can change how an entire game plays and stuff with a patch. And I like that. Like with Need for Speed, for instance, they're planning to change how the progression system works in the entire game. So like right now, you earn rep, but that doesn't really do much for you. You get a shipment. You get these shipments, which is a loot box every time you level up. But in the game, they have microtransactions, but you don't have to have them. You don't need them to win. You don't need them to be good at the game or any of that. If the game's too hard, at any point in time, you can go into options and change the difficulty. You do not have to buy the loot boxes. The only thing those are there for really is like, okay, here's what comes in the loot boxes. Money, And you get these tickets to where you can buy the cards that are needed to tune up your vehicle. Well, okay, let me say this. You get money, and then you get these tickets. They're called rolls or trade-ins. Basically what it is, it's two ways to level up your car. Either you can buy these cards that upgrade your car, or you can do, it's kind of like a roulette wheel or something, or not like roulette wheel, more like a casino, a slot wheel, if you will. You can select the brand and it'll randomly select the part and the boost, or you can select the boost, like speed, acceleration, or whatever, and it'll randomly select either the brand or the part, or you can select the part and it'll randomly select the other two. And it costs these things called speed tickets or speed tickets. I think they're called speed tickets. Or speed points, that's what it's called. And that's what comes in the shipping crates, man. But you don't need that. Like, you know, you don't have to have that. It makes it a little bit easier having them because then you don't have to spend money. But y'all, it is so easy to get money in the game. The races not only pay you money, but even after, like during the race, you have challenges that will pay you extra money. Yet and still, with that being said, what is Need for Speed? What is EA doing? They are adding to the game where the game gives you more reputation and where the game also gives you, guess what? More money. Y'all, literally, it is so easy to get $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. If you just play the game, do the races and stuff like that, you're going to make money. Like, the game literally just hands you money. And that's, you know, not very common in Need for Speed games, especially starting out. Because, y'all, I'm still early in the story because I'm doing side quests. And I like the drag racing, y'all. And the drag racing is not as robust in the game as I would have liked as far as, like, missions to do and stuff like that. Plus, I'm gonna put it like this. I haven't finished chapter, I think it's 4 or 5. I haven't unlocked the GTR yet. Well, I've unlocked the Skyline. I haven't unlocked the Godzilla GTR, the one, my dream car, y'all. So, you know, that lets you know how much I've been playing the game without advancing the story. And in that, you know, you can just earn so much money. It's an open world game. Here's what people have to understand. Number one, it is an open world game. It is not the type of game like Gran Turismo. It's not Forza. It's Need for Speed, bro. It is an arcade game. And on top of that, it is an open world game. How do open world games continue to be relevant? Well, they have a thing called the grind. Yes, and RPG elements. And that's exactly what Need for Speed is. It's open world. So with it being an open world game, you're going to have to grind some stuff out because it's not story based. Need for Speed is not a story based game. It has a story. The story is longer than most Need for Speeds. I think they said the story is maybe 20 or 40 hours long. Where, you know, most Need for Speed stories are only about 8 hours long. Most Call of Duty games, stories about 8 to 10 hours long. Long Shot in Madden was only about 4 to 8 hours long. It's longer than that. And yet and still, it's not necessarily story driven. They've kind of merged the story with the actual playing of the game. And I haven't even got to the end game stuff yet, you know. But with that being said, it's not multiplayer driven. From what I've heard, because I haven't played it, the multiplayer sucks. And it probably does. That's why I don't do multiplayer in a lot of games, y'all, because I like the couch co-op type multiplayer. You know, I like sitting beside somebody, drag racing or driving or something, you know. But we don't have that. So the online play is not that good from what I hear. But even with that being said, y'all, the game, like I said, they're patching things. So the game is only going to get better. Look at No Man's Sky, for instance. Nobody is playing No Man's Sky because of all the stuff that happened with it coming out. But if you were to go back now and play No Man's Sky, which I do from time to time, y'all, because I was the retard that bought the game digital. So I cannot trade it in. I had played so many hours that I couldn't get my money back. And so I was just like, oh, well, I'll just eat that loss. However, funny things started happening from Hello Games. They started making patches in the game. They started actually putting the stuff that they were going to put in the game originally in the game. And now, y'all, the game's pretty good. Like, I'm not saying it's a great game, but it's definitely a lot better than what it was. There's a lot more to do, and it feels more of what it should have been. But kind of too little too late thing, because people have already written the game off. Not to mention they don't talk about it anymore in the media. You know, these gaming shows like The Know and stuff like that. You know, they talked about it vaguely, but not really. You know, not enough to let people know that, hey, you might want to check this game out again because it's a lot better. Minecraft started off a similar way. It was really a shell of a game, and they just continued to add to it, and it is what it is now. You know, No Man's Sky is pretty much like that. You know, when I started playing No Man's Sky, I was like, okay, this is really fun. I really like this concept. But even within like my first hour of playing the game, I was like, this is going to get repetitive. And I tried so hard not to look at the end, not to look and see what happens at the end of the game. But my curiosity got the best of me. And when I found out what happens at the end of the game, I was like, I was exactly right. That at the end of the game, you essentially just go to another galaxy and everything starts over. I was like, no bueno, bro. This is extremely repetitive, and I don't like that. So that's why I stopped playing it. But I have it in my library, so at any point in time, I could download it and kick it up again. But that's what I'm saying, like with open world games, they're repetitive. Now, who does open world games the best? Rockstar. Rockstar does open world games the best because they don't give you that sense of repetitiveness. It's very unique. If you look at Grand Theft Auto has been out forever. The series has. Even Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for what, at least 5 years now. It was out before the PlayStation 4 even dropped. And when you look at games like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, what they do so well is they keep you engaged no matter what's going on. Why? Because they give you a real sense of a truly open world game. If you want to go to the bar, you can go to the bar. If you, whatever, well, I'm not going to say whatever. I mean, you couldn't, you know, just walk into every house that's in the game and stuff like that. But for the most part, whatever you want to do in the game, you can do it. And in a live setting, like a real town, city type thing, I think it's easier to lose the repetitiveness and to add to a game. That's why Grand Theft Auto is still relevant because of its online play and really because of its story mode. Like, you can literally, if you want to drive, cruise the town, you know, I liked it. You know, I went and bought me a house, you know, a mansion and all that, and you actually can go into it and all. Like, it was really good. And they continue to add stuff to it, man. Like, that's what makes an open world game good. That's what makes open world games hard to master. But you don't see Rockstar putting out a game every month. You know, they might put out, like Grand Theft Auto, they might put one out every 6 to 8 years, a new one. They ain't even announced Grand Theft Auto 6, man. Because 5 is doing so well. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still selling at regular price too, by the way. Well, probably not so much so now with, you know, Black Friday deals coming and stuff like that, but I digress. It's a great game. It stood the test of time and it's still growing. You see? And, oh, there are microtransactions in the game? Oh, yeah. You better believe your panties there are. But you don't need them at all to play the game or even be good at the game or anything. See, my thing with microtransactions is I'm okay with having them because sometimes, you know, I might want to buy one. You know, I might want to get a shark card or whatever it is in the game and get that package or whatever it is. But as long as I'm not forced to do it, as long as I don't have to do it to win, like, you know, some Call of Duty games, pay to win. Battlefront 2 was at first their microtransactions was a pay to win kind of thing. As long as it's not a pay to win, and like, even if it is something that gives you boost in the game or something like that, XP boost or something, like Shadow of War, for instance. Shadow of War's microtransactions, you do not need them to play the game. You do not need them to win in the game. However, if you want to speed up progression in the game, you can buy them. And I like that. I like that. I like having that option in a sense. You see, essentially what microtransactions are paid cheat codes. That's essentially what they are. You're paying, or they're a paid form of cheat codes, and that's what they should say. Anything other than that, man, and you see yourself getting away from what the true essence of what it is. And that's why I'd be real interested, y'all, to see an open world Dragon Ball Z game. Now, we've had Dragon Ball Budokai, where you actually flying around, but it's not really open world. And that was on PlayStation 2, by the way. Then with Xenoverse 2, more or less, you have a semi-open world. It's small. People say, oh no, it's not small, it's pretty big. No, it's not. Not compared to games like Grand Theft Auto, The Witcher, Cars, you know, the list goes on. Ghost Recon. There's games that have huge open world maps. You know, I was gonna say Uncharted. No, gosh, I can't even. My mind went blank. Just Cause. Yes, Just Cause 3. That map is huge. You can literally get a fighter jet and fly. Like, yeah, I want a map like that, bro, with a lot of stuff to do. And I think that would work out in Xenoverses, because in Xenoverse, you playing with characters from all over the world, like all different universes. And I think with the Tournament of Power and what's going on in Dragon Ball Super, even more so, you're able to, like, the thought of there being other universes, I think that is what's going to help to expand Xenoverse, the video game franchise, because now you're in a position where it's like, okay, you know, we got these other places out there. Now we can add that to the game and give the game more life. I would say if I was Xenoverse 3 developers and publishers with Bandai Namco, I would say, okay, let's break away from this whole Toa and Mira stuff, because let's be real, nobody cares. I don't even think anybody plays with Toa or Mira, and you don't even get their fuse forms in the game, which sucks, but yeah, I digress, because nobody cares about it. I would look and say, let's make a game based off of Dragon Ball Super, where there's 12 universes, and let's make a game where it's open world and you get to go through with your created character and explore these universes. Find new powers for your character and things of that nature. That would be so awesome. So awesome, in fact, y'all, I'm going to do a separate video about it. So I'm not going to dive too much into it now, because that would deplete the purpose of doing the video later. But that would be awesome. Picture a Dragon Ball Z game where you can go to different planets and different universes, fighting different characters, different bosses. And here's the catch. You can either be a good guy or a bad guy. So you could be a bad guy going to conquer other planets. Similar to Destiny, where you unlock different powers, things like that. Find different mentors, like in Xenoverse 2, where you train. And I think they need to improve on the mentor system, because, like in Xenoverse 2, the game kind of forces you to train with everybody. I don't like that, because Dragon Ball in the anime and in the manga, they didn't just train with any and everybody. They picked certain people. Like Master Roshi, for instance, was Goku's, I would say, his first or his second sensei. Grandpa Gohan was more or less Goku's first sensei in a way. But anyway, Master Roshi was the one who really brought out, you know. And to this day, they still consider him a sensei. They call him Master Roshi, you know. King Kai was Goku's second sensei in a sense. And, you know, Goku still plays reverence to him. And then after that, you look at Whis, you know, with Goku and Vegeta training them and stuff like that. Like, and it really pays off. Like, there should be prestigious people in the game to train with. Like, if I'm training with Supreme Kai or Elder Kai or somebody like that, there should be a power up associated with that, you know, because everybody's not going to be able to train with those guys. You see what I'm saying? They should make that special to train with. Like, and then with the regular people, you could just use them as sparring partners. You know, you can acquire certain sparring partners throughout the game that give you certain boosts to certain areas or whatever like that. And make it in the game to where you have to train, because in Dragon Ball, we know that if you do not train, you do not get strong and you get weaker. Now, Super has kind of blown the lid off of that, because we know that Krillin stopped doing martial arts, but yet a couple hours with Goku and he broke through new levels. Gohan hadn't really trained since he fought Cell as a teenager, yet and still he's able to just hop back in, tap into Ultra Instinct, tap into Mystic Gohan and rival Super Saiyan Blue. Even though we know Goku wasn't at full power, probably not even close. And people kind of get butthurt about the whole Super Saiyan Blue thing, but what people have to understand is it's not a power scale. Like, oh, he took Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God transformation, y'all, is more or less it's key management, man. Do they get stronger? Yes, but what makes them stronger is the fact that they're able to manage their ki, which still drains their stamina. It takes energy to manage energy in a sense. It's ki management, more or less, of a power-up. The reason it's a power-up is because they have less energy seeping out and more energy on reserve or at their power in a sense, you know. It's kind of like, I know this probably will sound dumb, but it's kind of like fire, for instance. You strike a match, there's two energies that are coming off of that fire: heat and light energy. Okay, but what do we use fire for? We use fire for the heat energy. The heat breaks down molecules and consumes them, right? Or we use fire for its light energy, because the heat that comes off gives off light energy. So imagine utilizing both of those at once. You see what I'm saying? That's, if it's, I understand it. I know y'all probably don't, but that's a weird way to put it. But that's, you know, that's that, you know. Imagine being able to use fire for light while also benefiting from the heat energy that consumes things. It's kind of like that, you know. Like a light bulb, for instance. We only use a light bulb for light. But the old school light bulbs, you know, they got the LED ones now and stuff like that don't give off any heat. But the older ones used to give off a tremendous amount of heat. You know, they be hot. You even touch it and you burn yourself. Imagine being able to utilize that heat for more light or something like that, you know. That's essentially what Super Saiyan God is. You know, you're able to manage your ki and hold it in. And that's why when somebody transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, you don't feel their ki anymore. You feel pressure instead. You don't feel the ki, you feel the pressure. It's like shaking up a soda bottle. You're gonna feel a tremendous amount of pressure, you know. And that's just my take on it, man. It is what it is, you know. Understand it, don't understand it, like it, love it, whatevs. You know, so, but I would like them to do a game like that, man. I think that would be really cool, really innovative. And make a game that will last 2 or 3 years, you know. Look at what Grand Theft Auto is doing to say we can build on that. You know, you can do DLC that'll open up new planets and stuff like that. Or, like, I want them to make it worth training in the game. Make it worth getting stronger, you know. And like Dokkan Battle does that very well. If I go up against a guy, or, you know, if I go up into a match raw with no good characters, you will get humiliated, annihilated. You know, and if people like, well, you know, they can make it to where there's no pay to win. You just have to grind it out and get better at the game or whatever. Or they can, you know, put microtransactions in the game to give you boosts and stuff like that. But make it worth training, man. Instead of making training like a practice, you know, give me experience points and stuff associated with me training and stuff. I think that would be so cool, because then you would have people like myself more inclined to go in there and train. Now, I know there is some element of, in a sense, raising your power level in training, because if you learn the game mechanics and get real good at it to the point where you're just reacting in the game rather than thinking, which is true in Xenoverse or in Dragon Ball Z universe, then yeah, it's gonna seem like you're a lot stronger in the game. So it kind of goes hand in hand, but I would like that to reflect in game. Like in Budokai 3, when you did the it ain't training, it's like the end game stuff. You know, you can build your character up to level 99. Then you can go back in the story mode and you can literally do a Kamehameha wave, one shot an enemy, bro. And that's not anything new. If you've ever played Dragon Ball Z Final Bout, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, it was the same way. You could just go into the game, do a Kamehameha wave. Like, you could train your player to the point where they're so strong, they literally just like almost one shot using the Ki Blast, just one shot the guy, you know. And that's how Dragon Ball Z is. That's how the anime is, you know. If Goku wanted to, he could literally just one-shot Krillin or Yamcha or even Cell for that matter at this point, you know. But you got guys like Frieza who train, and look where he's at, you know. I like that. I mean, and I'm not going to say there shouldn't be a limit to it, but don't make a limit to it, because Goku and them are constantly breaking limits. So I got a very bad connection. But all in all, man, I'm about done with this, y'all. I'm finna get on this road, throw these papers, get off, and go back to bed, I guess, for a little bit. But I appreciate y'all that tuned in. Let me read these comments real quick. Trevor DM, just do what makes you happy, bro. It's all good. Trudell, what's up? Madden Destiny 1, True Rockstar is the best at open world. They are, Trudell. They are. But I appreciate all y'all for tuning in, bro. Expect me to do like more breakdown videos, y'all. I'm just trying to get this out there because I haven't did anything on the channel in a while, just kind of explaining why with the new job and stuff like that. Well, not new job. I'm doing this, plus I'm a sales associate at Dillard's. Yeah. And I like it, man. It's straight. It's fun. But it is what it is, man. But that's why I hadn't been posting much, because I started that and, you know, just trying to learn everything that I can to get my feet wet and on the ground and running and stuff like that. So that's going. And so I'm going to get back to doing the videos and stuff like that. So, but it's all good, man. We back. We here. We doing it. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all look out for some videos. And y'all, this is our channel, man. So let me know what y'all want to see. You know, I know there's people here for Dragon Ball. I know there's people here for Madden. What content, what gaming content and stuff like that do y'all want to see on the channel, man? Because it's a community thing, man. I like a lot of different things. I'm into a lot of different things, and I want to reflect that on the channel. So let me know, man. Nothing is off limits here with us. So, you know what I'm saying? Family Guy dude, comedy, like I'm into all that kind of stuff, movies and shows, you know, so it really don't matter. I mean, it's DM Gaming because I love gaming. The channel is based off of gaming. And I'll say, well, DM, you talk about Dragon Ball a lot. Well, Dragon Ball is a video game as well. So, you know, it goes hand in hand. But all in all, y'all, like I said, just leave it down in the comment section. what would y'all like to hear more on the channel? And because we're small enough to where I can cater to y'all and do those types of things and stuff like that. You know, when we get bigger, I don't know, you know, it might be a little different, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I got to get on this road, y'all. Till next time, and God bless.